Good morning, HoustonTheFloorDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. This morning my guest is Trey Thames, the Senior Vice President of Residential Sales with Mohawk. Trey, how you doing?
Outstanding, Kemp. How are you?
I'm good. It's good to catch up with you. We talked 3 months ago about your Momentum Roadshow, and a couple of little revisions have been made to it. We'll catch up on that in just a minute. First, when we talked the end of August, I believe, you told me that you had pretty strong momentum throughout the third quarter, and I was curious if that's been sustained into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Kemp, I think we're seeing things continue pretty strong into the fourth quarter, and I think most of the customers I've talked to had a very good third quarter, and then they're seeing very similar results into the fourth quarter. And I think another thing that we're seeing this year that's different is we're not seeing that traditional seasonality that we get to after Thanksgiving and going through the holidays. So things are continuing, I think, at a pretty good rate. We finish out the year.
Mm-hmm. So we're not getting that holiday lag that we normally see?
Not what we normally see, no. I think people are trying to get their projects done for a variety of reasons, and they're pushing straight through the holidays.
Do your economists at Mohawk feel like this is going to go well into 2021, this momentum?
I think we certainly hope so, Kemp. I mean, obviously there's probably too many unknown factors right now to really have a good feel on that. But I would say all signs are looking positive as we go into the year. Hopefully we'll continue at the pace we've been on in the third and fourth quarter.
All right. Well, let's get to this roadshow. It is actually a physical meeting. It is where you actually set up displays and you meet with, I guess, smaller groups of customers. Tell us how it's different than a normal roadshow.
Well, Kemp, traditionally we would have, we call them A shows or big markets in these same basic cities.
Yeah.
I think what's different this year is we're really taking almost like a services type approach to how we're designing the shows and the presentation, and trying to make it as first class as we can make it. Obviously, all of our displays will be there. All the new programs will be there. All the new marketing programs will be there. It'll be a very consistent feel from show to show. Mm-hmm. It's probably a step up from what we would normally do at our traditional A show, especially given the fact that services isn't happening until later in the year.
Right.
So we're taking a lot of that energy that we normally put into services and bringing it to our local shows.
Yeah. All right. I know originally you were going to start out in early January in Chicago. You've moved that now to Indianapolis. Is that right?
That's correct. Now, the dates have changed. Our first show now is going to start in Dallas at the end of January. That will be the first show we have. And then we'll be going from end of January through February. We'll be wrapping up now in Huntington Beach the first week of March.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Dallas the last week in January, Atlanta the first week in February, Indianapolis the second week in February, Atlantic City's the third week of February, and then the first week of March is Huntington Beach. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. Have you gotten feedback that these are going to be well attended?
Yeah, Kemp, we were pretty much sold out. I mean, we are sold out. Now we're having to go back and change some dates. We don't anticipate any changes there, but there's no question there's a big demand for our customers that want to get out and they want to see product live, and they want to attend the shows. So the response has been extremely positive, and we expect that we'll have a full capacity moving forward. And when I say full capacity, the reason they're sold out is because we have time frames and we have appointments, and we are limiting the number of people that can attend at any given time. And we're every city has slightly different restrictions, or as far as how many people can be in the showrooms. So we're trying to do it as safely as possible. And in all of these locations, we're in big ballrooms, and we'll probably have 50 people or 25 people at a time, depending on what the local guidelines are. So there's going to be plenty of distancing in these showrooms, and like I said, a very safe environment to look at product.
In years past, like you said, you went to Surfaces. That was a big display for you guys, and then you went to these A regional shows, and there were also other competitors that were in those cities at the same time. And now what you're doing with this new schedule, you're kind of there by yourself, right?
That's correct. correct. Yeah, I'm not sure. In some cases, there's the local flooring association has shows, and in other cases, some competitors have shows. Really, we're not focused on that. We're running our play this year, and we're doing what we think makes sense for us. I'm not really sure, what our competition is going to be doing at those same times.
All right. How many new products are you introducing this year?
I don't have the total number of products. I don't have that off the top of my head, but I can tell you we've got a lot of new Mohawk carpets. We have a big Karastan and Godfrey Hirst soft surfaces launch. We have updates to the Karastan hard surface program. We've got one of the biggest LVT launches I think we've ever had, so that will be a huge focus for us. We've got a new Pergo launch that's coming out. We've got some new innovation that I won't talk about here, but everyone can see in January on the hardwood side. So the product team has been actively working this year, and we've got a ton of new product to get out and show our customers, and we're anxious to do it, and we're anxious to see them in person.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see you in Dallas the end of January. Sounds like a plan.
I will be there, Kemp. I appreciate it.
Okay, good to talk to you, Trey. Again, been talking to Trey Thames, the Senior Vice President of Residential Sales at Mohawk, and you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.